So Don, we've been talking about your fight career, and yeah, just wanted to get a sense of what it meant to you and what it was like being a fighter in that we'll call it that prime time, that mid-80s period when you were just firing on all cylinders. Well, you know, how did that feel
I
to
would
you?
fight 10 fights in a year,
Yeah.
which is very unusual for a fighter that's a world champion to have 10 fights in a year. But I tell people, well, there's 12 months, rent comes due 12 times a year, so I would have fought 12 times a year if they would have signed me up.
Yeah.
So I, while I did it as a profession, I also loved it.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't have to be making big money to love kickboxing, so I was being paid to do what I like to do, and you know, after the kickboxing, Chuck Norris suggested I do the acting, and now I like doing that. Then I get paid now to do the acting.
Yeah,
so
sure.
I've been, it's a good thing to go through, is to be able to make money off something you like.
Definitely. So what did a typical day look like for you, say early 80s in Cocoa Beach, when you wake up, and what did a training day look like for you, and just the day in general when you're in your heyday?
First thing I would do is get coffee, a couple of cups of coffee, and then I would run. Run was the first thing, and I would eat lunch, you know, relax during the day, and then in the early evenings, maybe let's say 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, I go to the gym.
Yeah, sure.
And then it's 2 hours in there, hitting the bag, stretching. I lift weights twice a week at least, sparring. Yeah, just my kickboxing workout in the evening.
Yeah. Did you have like a certain quota of rounds of shadowboxing and bag work, or do you mix it up as and when?
I went on the way I felt, and pretty much I do everything. I eat on the way I feel.
Yeah.
How I feel, because I believe you got to listen to your body. And I've been an athlete all my life, so I listen. I think I'm in touch with what I should do.
Sure.
Like I never had a trainer actually.
Yeah, that's
ever.
right.
I basically teach my trainers how to train me. Like I have them hold their mitts.
Yeah,
I say, listen, I like
absolutely.
the left hook right here,
Yeah.
the right hand. So really, I don't know how other fighters do it when the coach says, okay, you got to do this, you got to do that, because I didn't have that.
Yeah.
I just did what I wanted when I felt like doing it. Now, one thing you have to be is you have to watch out, because you could get a little lazy, and then there's nobody there to make sure you
Absolutely.
do go out on the road and
Yeah.
do the run and do the jump rope or whatever. So I had to be aware of that at all times. I wanted to make sure that if I didn't do something, it wasn't because of a negative reason. It is because it's not what I need to do at the time, like lift weights or hit the heavy bag a few more rounds or whatever. You got to be able to know yourself and not be lazy.
Sure,
Yeah.
absolutely. I just want to ask you about a few fights that we've talked about in the past, and because the video of them isn't always as readily accessible. They're a particular curiosity to fans and whatnot. But the first one, of course, that I want to talk about, we've been talking about these past few days, is the Oaktree Edwards fight.
Yeah.
I mean, heavyweight champion, big,
Correct.
strong guy, skilled. Just your remembrance of how the fight came about, your training for it, the whole just preparation and how you went about the fight itself.
Well, regardless of who you fight, you should do certain things the same, because you get used to certain things. So I kept my running up. I lifted weights. Now I wasn't trying to out Oaktree.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to get
Yeah.
as big and strong as him. But I upped my strength a little bit. I believe.
Yep.
And the danger with Oaktree is if he hits you. If he hits you with that left hook or even his right, with his weight versus my weight, because it was quite a bit heavier than me. I don't know exactly, but he probably came in 197, 195, something like that. And I may have came in, well, 175 was my weight.
There's
but I might
180
have
you
been
were listed, I
180.
think.
I might have been 180, because I wasn't dieting.
Yeah.
I didn't have to.
Yeah.
But I look at my pictures of the fight, and I don't look much bigger than I used to look, so I didn't go into weight gain and come in. I was just going to outpoint him. That was my plan. It wasn't to knock him out. And the punches and kicks I landed on him, they didn't. So far as I know, I never stunned him.
Sure.
I never hit him and he buckled.
Sure.
But if he had hit me with his best shot, I would have been out. Now, I'll tell you something that nobody else knows. After the fight, even though I was considered the winner, I went to my hotel room and turned the air conditioner on full blast because I was sweating. Just sweat was coming out of my head, and I had a huge headache.
Right.
I had a concussion.
Okay. Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
I had a bad concussion. So
Right.
even though he didn't hit me with his best shot, he hit me with enough to where,
Yeah, sure.
If you spar and you have a headache, you have a concussion.
That's right.
And you shouldn't. I'm sure I didn't spar for at least 90 days.
Yeah.
They put you on in the athletic commissions in America. They put you on a 90-day suspension anyway. But yeah, I may have won by points, but I think I didn't maybe give him a concussion, but I saw he had some cuts.
He was hurt. He was hurt a few times in the fight.
He had some cuts after the fight.
Definitely.
So I hit him with the hard shots. I could hit him.
That's right.
And I outpointed him. My goal was to outpoint him. You don't have to knock everybody out.
Yeah.
I got knocked out 48 pro fighters out of 72 wins. So yeah, quite a few of them went the distance. You know.
Marciano knockout record, basically. You know.
Well, he knocked 49 out.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
But but my goal wasn't to knock him out.
Next one I wanted to ask you about. As you know, a friend of mine before he sadly passed away a few years ago during the pandemic was Rob Salazar.
Yes, we fought.
Yeah, that's right.
Tahoe.
Yeah, that's right. So again, cruiserweight champion.
Great fighter.
Yeah, just wanted to know your memories again. I think you've been out for a few months after you broke your hands against Sigatic. You won the fight against Carl England when you got back in, and then it was Salazar. And so just wanted to know your recollections.
Well, the one thing about that fight is this, which people don't know, is my wife just had a baby.
Right.
Now, when you have a newborn, and I believe it was like 6 weeks old, just a few months old, I was not getting any sleep. It was waking me up. I had to take care of the baby.
Oh, man.
Yeah. When there's a baby yelling and screaming and crying, I don't know. But it just my training was a little
difficult,
interrupted by lack of sleep. There was that going on. And because I didn't want to leave it all to my wife to take care of, she just had the baby, and so I was trying to help out, and so that did affect me a little bit. He was also bigger than me, heavier. That's a heavier weight class than I fight in. I fight at 175, and I'm sure he wasn't 175 in that ring. Oh, I think it was a cruiserweight.
It was listed at 182, I believe, was the official fight weight. Yeah,
but I believe the division was not even light heavyweight. It was called.
It was cruiserweight, 182.
Yeah. So. Those are factors that factor in. But Rob is really good.
Oh, yeah.
By the way. If I got any kind of advantage, probably I was a little faster, probably could score more points. I was dancing around, I'm hard to hit. So I myself have never seen one round of that fight.
We were talking about it because we thought there for a moment because Karen Turner's promotion was on ESPN. We haven't seen, but we're wondering now if maybe was it broadcast or not. Don and I were talking about it. If anybody out there watching has any idea where that might be, please do let us know. Get in touch with one of us because we'd love to see it. One more, just that I was going to throw out there was because of course I was in your corner for the exhibition rematch of this one in 2017. Yeah, the original fight, 1989 in Berlin, light heavyweight world title at 170. 10 rounds against Ferdinand Mack, great fighter himself.
Phenomenal.
Just again, your memories of going out to Germany to do that one. It's part of that European tour, I believe, is early on.
It was before, when I did the tour, I fought in Sweden, Italy, 2 fights in Italy. The British fighter, yes, whose last name was Wilson.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Which is a little bizarre. That was interesting because of this. Now, I think they didn't feel I could knock Ferdinand out. If it had gone the distance, Ferdinand would have won. And actually, when I watched the fight, I think he wasn't. It's not my imagination. He was ahead on points. He was winning the fight on points. But my goal was not to win by points. My goal was to knock him out to the body. I think I've mentioned to you that my nickname was the Body Snatcher.
Absolutely.
In the boxing gym, I hit guys in the body. So I stayed away from his body a little bit in the beginning. And I was headhunting like him, but when I made the decision in the 9th round to knock him out, I was tapping him on the head just to get his elbows away from those ribs, and then when I saw the opening, I hit him. And the 3 knockdown rule, since I didn't see the clock, I didn't know what the time was, I may have not had time to drop him 3 times.
Yeah, sure.
But if you watch it, I'm pretty sure as soon as he went down the first time, I didn't let up. The other times I went right to the body. It's not like I tried to outpoint him still or let him rest or anything. I went right to the body. So I knew that this was my chance. I'd been waiting 9 rounds.
Check it out, Don Wilson versus Ferdinand Mack. It's a classic. They're all classics. And thank you, Don, for your information.
And I hope it helps enlighten people about my history.
The career of the most accomplished kickboxer of all time. So thank you, Don. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you very much.